Welcome to Integrity Inspire, your daily dose of inspiration and motivation, featuring the bright and talented members of the Integrity Marketing Group family. Now, here's your host, Integrity co-founder and CEO, Brian W. Adams.
Well, hello, everybody. Thanks so much for joining today's Inspired podcast. Man, we are already having so much fun on the pre-show. And I think we're going to do something a little different on this podcast than we've done on some others. This is such an incredible group of guests that have joined us to welcome this next partner that I think we're going to have even more fun together than maybe even normally do. So one of the things we're building here at Integrity is a business based on an incredible culture. And one of the things you want to have with an incredible culture is a lot of fun together. And this is going to be a lot of fun as we kick off this Inspired podcast. Now, we are adding another incredible partner to the Integrity family. And as part of this announcement, it's another one of the American Senior Benefit Groups is joining the Integrity family. And I got to tell you, American Senior Benefits has been a partnership unlike many others. It has been an incredible relationship that we've had, but also just an incredible business that is based on truly doing the right thing for all of their customers and making sure that not only are they helping them with one product, but they're helping them with many products. In fact, American Senior Benefits averages about 3.5 policies per household, which is an industry-leading statistic there. And so I can't wait to add another incredible partner to the Integrity family that's part of that group. And so we are super excited to announce that Senior Resource Services has joined the Integrity family. And as part of this partnership, Rob Williams, president and founder of Senior Resource Services, will become a managing partner here at Integrity. Now, Senior Resource Services was founded in 2006 and is headquartered in Fayetteville, North Carolina. Their agents and staff focus primarily on Medicare plans, but also offer a wide range of other planning solutions, including long-term care plans, life insurance plans, annuity products, and a lot of additional support for health and wealth for people in North and South Carolina. Now, as part of the Integrity family, Rob and his team at Senior Resource Services will receive a lot of industry-leading support, products, and services that will help them even serve more people. And so I am incredibly excited to have Rob not only become a partner here at Integrity, but also be able to introduce him to all of you as part of this podcast. Rob, we've been working on this, talking about this day for a while, and I am incredibly honored to welcome you as our newest partner, man.
Oh, thank you, Brian. The honor is all mine. I'm so grateful to be talking with you guys, being a part of this crowd today. Overly excited to join along with the other Integrity partners that I know to become a part of the family, which means a lot to me. It's how I grew my little agency down here in the Carolinas. It's a true honor. Thanks for having me.
Man, we're the ones who are honored to have you. And we have a lot of incredible guests here that want to say hello. But before we do that, I would love to hear just a little bit more about you and the business that Senior Resource Services that you've built. If you could just give us a quick overview of the business that you guys have built and a little bit about your background, I'd love to kick this off that way.
Yeah. I got in the industry in the late 90s, kind of fell into it a little bit. And, 3 or 4 years into it, I wanted to create a place, Brian, no kidding, to where folks were being held. It seemed to be everyone was being sold. And no one was educating people. No one understood what they had. And I felt like there could be a space where people would just simply go and help them understand some of the complexities of Medicare, retirement in general, and to spell it all out and to let them know exactly what to expect and be of service. And that has worked to grow a culture of people that feel the same way, come at it much more as a servant and a lot less than a salesperson. And we have created here in various offices across the Carolinas that same type of tone and theme, and it resonates and it works. It's the same way my partners feel with American Senior Benefits. And Brian, I've been tracking Integrity for a long time, and it seems like that's exactly what's going on here. Just a bigger project, a bigger family. Like I say, it's that culture, that whistling while you work, having fun. It can happen. It's just having the right team around you. And that's kind of what we've tried to stay with.
Man, look, this is why I love partnering with great people where you are completely aligned, especially around your core values. And this idea of putting people first, like creating a business with a servant's heart. And if you can put people first and always try to help people, you can accomplish anything. And that's one of the things I love about everyone at American Senior Benefits, and certainly in getting to know you, is the entire group is really focused on serving people. And it's really, sales are a byproduct. If you serve people the right way, the sales will take care of themselves, and it's truly a byproduct. So we have so many great partners, but on the phone we have Jim Sweeney and Clay Legette, the two founders of American Senior Benefit, two of the greatest people in the world. And we also have Jake Bailey, who was also the first American Senior Benefit partner to join the Integrity family and has been kind of really seen everything from when we were trying to come up with the concepts of integrity. I think we was kind of a dream as much as anything whenever we were first getting started. And so I wanted to welcome them to this call, and we're going to do something a little different. I think this is going to be kind of a bit of a, like if we're sitting around a table in somebody's kitchen, just catching up, talking about good old days and ways, hope for the future, etc. So Jim, Clay, and Jake, welcome to the podcast, guys.
Thanks, Brian.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So listen, Jake, I don't know if you told Rob about the fact that when you join the Integrity family, you got to sing on the Integrity podcast. Has anybody told you about that, Rob?
No, what we told him is he gets a brand new car. We told him he gets a brand new car. Is that? Are you no longer doing that?
So whenever we first started, I don't know if people remember this, the very first Inspire podcast, we started the Inspire podcast when we started the COVID lockdown period, and we all went home from work, and it was kind of like a, let's all get out of bed and make sure we're working call. And the very first person who was the guest on that podcast was Jim Sweeney. And I said, hey, would you like to sing? This is how it all started. I said, hey, do you want to sing to kind of break the ice? And you were like, no way in the world I'm going to sing. And then the next podcast was Anthony Chapman, and AC brought it, man. And then it kind of created its own thing since then. So, Rob, so it's been kind of this ongoing thing that if you want to sing, we would love to hear you. Anything you want. Otherwise, Jake has offered to sing for you.
I bet he has. I'll give you guys a bar. Why not? We're having fun. Sing me a song, you're the piano man. Sing me a song tonight. Well, we're all in the mood for a melody, and you got us feeling all right. All right. How's that set the tone?
That was impressive. That was, talk about owning it. Oh, my gosh. Clay, I think you were the funniest podcast we've ever had. I smile every time I hear your name because I think about your podcast story. And guys, if you haven't heard his podcast, you got to go back in the archives and look it up for Clay Legette, because talking about door knocking and running back to the back door, it was one of the funniest things in the world. Tell me about your thoughts about Rob and Senior Resource Services and why you're so excited about him joining the Integrity family.
Brian, I am definitely excited about this. Congratulations, Rob. Hey, by the way, nice job on the singing, dude. You broke into
amazing
like you read about. That was beautiful, right? But anyway, on a more serious note, I met Rob many years ago, and his wife is awesome and helps run his organization today. And as far as the business part of things, the only thing I ever care about is the people that come to Integrity as partners. We're only as good as, as the person, their core values, just what kind of human being they are. And Rob is right up there in that particular area. In fact, while these discussions were going on, and I know that this had to cost Rob money, this just tells you a little bit about him. He promoted and took out of his organization one of the strongest annuity people in all of American Senior Benefits and her agency, and wanted to see them also get some upward mobility. And when I saw that, that not only solidified everything I already knew about Rob, but it just spoke volumes. And Rob, I'm telling you, I know that was quite some time ago now, but I want to tell you right now, that was not lost on me by any stretch of the imagination. It was a selfless act by you and your family, and I'll never forget that. American Senior Benefits is better because of it. Thus, Integrity is better because of it. So that was just awesome. And we're just gaining a great partner here, and I'm excited to call him not only a personal friend, but an excellent business person. And it's just 100% all good. You know, we got a blue chipper here, ladies and gentlemen. That's all I want to say. And just terrific people. So, Brian, I don't know what your screening process is regarding this, but you did your homework for sure when it comes to this guy. And you've got a hell of a man on your portfolio.
Clay, that's fantastic. I feel the same way about you, buddy. Thanks for all the kind words.
You guys are awesome. So look, the example you just gave, Clay, about being selfless, that's something I would say about all of our partners is they're looking for ways that we win as a team and looking for ways that we serve more people. And that's kind of what, Rob, you were talking about whenever you first started on this call was this idea about servant leadership, right? The servant's heart in helping more people. And if you help enough people, everything else takes care of itself. Where did that work ethic and that kind of passion for serving others come from?
Well, Brian, in short, I'd have to say it comes from mom and dad. Growing up with little means, very blue collar, working in the fields of North Carolina tobacco fields and having to work from a very young age right on up, I had an opportunity to come into this industry and very simply apply that blue collar work ethic to this white collar job. And immediately I was drawn to it. I believe in working hard and not giving up and solving problems rather than running from them. I guess that would come direct from my mom and dad.
That is awesome. I've got two little boys. You start raising your kids and you step back and you think about, like, what am I doing right now to teach them lessons long term so that they're great people, right? I know, Jake, with your boys, you just got such a great family. And Jim, listen, one of Jim's sons worked with us. Kevin worked with us here at Integrity through an internship and was just such a respectful young man and things. And you step back and you just think about, what are we doing to continue to lead up the next generation, which I think is so important. And then looking back now, you sit there and you give credit to your parents. Not too long ago, I was with Patrick Bet-David and PHP, and he had on stage his dad, and he thanked his dad for being the example of creating this opportunity for him. And I was like literally tearing up just thinking about, man, how special that moment had to be for his dad, frankly, and for Patrick. But I love that answer because I do think that this business and your work ethic and your servant's heart is truly something that fits like a glove in a lot of ways. Jim, what are your favorite thoughts about Rob and what he's bringing to the Integrity family?
Well, thanks, Brian. Rob and I go back a long ways. He's been with our company almost a little over 14 years now, I think. And back then, we looked a lot different than what we look like right now. We're a lot smaller, a lot fewer resources, a lot fewer things. And, when I think about Rob, what I think about is, because Rob and I, about once a quarter, we have just a heart-to-heart. We just have a talk, and we got this going on and that going on, and we've been doing that for 10 years or so, and it's awesome. And I'm somewhat of a broken record on some things, but one of the things I'm a broken record on is, success is a marathon, not a sprint, and just keep fighting the good fight, do the right thing for the right reason, and good things happen. I know a lot of that's cliche and stuff, but I say it all the time. I believe it, I feel it. And Rob is just an example of that. He's had tremendous things happen in his career. He's gotten kicked in the teeth in his career, as we all have. And when I think about Rob and the company that he's built, the people around him, it's a success story. You mentioned Patrick Bet-David, and I would say Rob Williams goes right along with that. The American dream is alive and well. And I love that about this country. I love that about, where Rob started and what Rob's become. I love that about Patrick's story. I love that about a lot of the people that, that have these podcasts. And that's what, when I think about Rob and his amazing family, and he cares and loves his family like he should and like nobody else. And anyway, it's just awesome. He's a good man. And as Clay said, we're all winning today, and that's really super cool. So that's what comes to mind.
Well, Jim, that's some kind words, and I really appreciate it. It means a lot. You know, coming from this panel, and especially from you, I look back and remember when we met during the Cirrus days, and it was a big step for me then, but it was you that actually drew me out and helped me create. And I truly thank you, sir. You all, as you know, I consider you one of my mentors, and the feeling's mutual.
Yeah, awesome. It's good. I'm getting choked up, Rob. It's awesome, dude. And this is a great day, and it's beautiful what this industry with this career and how this world works. And again, you've done an amazing job in building something. We're just tickled to death that you've stayed with us and continued to be successful. So great job, dude. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
That is awesome. Man, look, you guys have created such a business there at American Senior Benefits, and all the incredible partners that have come out of that group have just been humbling. Jake, you were the first one who joined the Integrity family, and now looking back with all of your peers that have joined us as well, I mean, this has to be a special day for you too, buddy.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking back on it, just having Rob as a partner means the world to me. It's been a long time coming. The skill set that he and his team bring are second to none. You know, I look at the American Senior Benefits leaderboards from a regional manager to middle manager to agent, and there's always somebody, on the top 10 from Rob's team, and it's all because of Rob's example that he leads in that agency. So again, we're just incredibly blessed to have him as a partner, and we're gonna have to celebrate, go fishing or something, Rob.
That sounds like a plan, Jake. And I appreciate all the kind words. And you know how much I appreciate that, and exactly how I feel about you. Through this whole process, you've been a tremendous source for me to bounce things off of. And if I don't get another opportunity to say it, I really appreciate you, brother.
Yes, sir.
Speaking of fishing, so as part of our process, we codename everything. And so, Jake, you were Project Benelli. Jim and Clay, you guys were Project Longhorn. We've had some great names with the ASB group. I mean, we had Project Tomahawk. We had Project Husker. I mean, I could just keep on going.
Palm Tree.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Brian and Tree.
Yep.
We
those
had
Haggerty's.
some amazing ones. This one's called Project Sailfish. Tell us about that, Rob. Why Sailfish? I assume that has something to do with Jake's comment on fishing there.
Yeah, it probably does. Well, Brian, I've always lived around the coast, and we do a lot around the coast. We're coastal here, and I've always enjoyed everything: boating, water, jet skiing, everything there is to do, everything the coast has to offer. I've been a real big fan of, from boating to skiing to everything. And it was not until a few years ago, let's say less than 10, that a true good friend of mine turned me on to sports fishing, and specifically sail fishing. We had an opportunity, and I've done it a lot since then, to travel to Costa Rica. And around the time in February, Brian, is really when that particular area is just hot with marlin, sailfish, and going out there, the seas are calm, having an opportunity to break away, and just hooking up to a sailfish, which is hundreds of yards away, just taking a dance all over the water and reeling 100-pound fish in, just got me hooked, to sound cliche. But to me, being on the water, being out and about, seeing no land, having nothing but ocean, and doing that type of fishing has really become one of the things that I enjoy most about boating and being on the water and everything coastal. And it would be a pleasure for anyone on this call that wants to get into that type of thing for a day or two. It would be my pleasure to take any one of you guys. I don't think you'd ever regret it. It's a blast.
Man, listen, so I love Costa Rica. I've been there a bunch, and I just absolutely love that part of the world. I've gone sail fishing a few times down there, and I've got some tuna, but never a sailfish. So that's always been on my bucket list. And it's one of those things, I've just never been able to catch one. I've never even been on a boat when they caught one. So that's something I would love to do. How is that different than fishing off the coast of North Carolina?
Well, first and foremost, I enjoy both, but Costa Rica is just so laid down. It's like, it's never, Brian, above a 1 or 2 foot sea. It's like fishing on a lake. 2, it's warm. You get out into the right areas, in the Gulf, right there where you need to be. You're very close to the spots. You don't have to travel for hours and hours and hours to get out. And I don't know specifically what it is about February, but it's that time of the year. Now, I will say, Brian, the friend of mine had hundreds and locked hundreds of hours in fishing before we ever got to be friends as adults. And it has so much to do with where you're at, what you do, and the biggest part, in my opinion, is knowing the right captains and crew. We've never been out, Brian, where we've caught less than 10 or 12, ever. It's like all day. We've caught so many at times where my arm was wore out, and we're telling each other, no, it's your turn. No, it's your turn. Because they're really hard. It is a full 30-minute, thing to bring them into the boat. It is work. And I tell you, I feel like I could put you on. We need to put that in the calendar one day.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. I'm ready for that.
I'm ready.
We got to make that happen.
Talking.
So we were talking as we were getting warmed up here about gifts or GIFs or whatever it is. And so I was trying to educate my buddy Jim Sweeney, trying to get him back up into the 2000s. Yeah, he gives me a hard time about Jenga, mispronouncing names and stuff like that. Little stuff makes me self-conscious, but he doesn't know what a GIF is. And so I just sent this group a text of a shellfish jumping in a boat and running somebody off the boat. So, Jim, did you get my text?
Yes, I'm just now looking at it, and the guy jumps in the water because he's getting ready to get killed by a sailfish. Why would anybody do this? This is craziness.
Now, that is a GIF game, baby.
Hey, that's how Rob catches them right there.
Wow.
Yeah, they're just jumping in the boat.
They just jump in the boat. You go with him. That's how he rolls.
So for the people on this call, it's a GIF of somebody catching a shellfish, jumping in the boat, and then the guy almost getting stabbed by it, and he jumps out of the water. I'd probably be the guy jumping out of the water, getting eaten by a shark or something. But that sounds amazing. I was in Turks and Caicos last year on a trip. I was trying to catch a marlin. It's supposed to be like world-class marlin fishing. And I tell this guy, I go, look, I'm going to give you a big proper tip if you get me on a marlin. I've always wanted to get one. And it was a big tip. I told him I'd give him $1,000 if he got me a marlin. So this guy's like, are you kidding me? I go, no, I'm dead serious. And this poor guy, for 9 hours, he worked his tail off. We had the worst seas. People are sick. I told him, I said, whatever beer you get on, double it, and we'll give you $1,000 for a marlin. And we didn't catch a single thing. We all felt so bad we didn't drink a single beer. It was rough, but that would be a blast to do what you're talking about for sure. But that is pretty amazing, man. Well, hey, I just want you to know how excited we are. And Jim and Clay and Jake, I want you to know how much I appreciate you guys all hopping on and welcoming Rob today to the Integrity family. And the business you guys are building, everything that you guys are creating together is truly special. And it's really about the service heart that you all have, about serving others and how do you do the right thing, have integrity in everything you do, and making sure that's the best for every client. And so you guys have just such a special organization. I'm super proud to be your partner, and certainly super excited to welcome you, Rob, to the Integrity family. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Absolutely. I'm excited about it more than I can express, Brian.
It's going to be a lot of fun. Can't wait to go fishing in Costa Rica. That's going to be something we got to figure out for sure. Jim, Clay, y'all got any final words? You want to add anything final?
Congratulations, Rob. We're tickled to death. Very excited for you and your family.
Absolutely. I'll second it.
Get to work.
Yeah, we got to get back to work. We're just getting started. I like it.
Get to work.
Get back to work.
Jake is all about dollars and cents. Good one,
Jake, that's what we need to do. That's what we need. I loved it. I loved it whenever we announced the employee ownership plan. One of my favorite offices to go to was Jake's. We went and had lunch with his team. And one of his ladies, what was the lady's name? I'm blanking right now. When I told her, she goes, this changes everything. Everybody, y'all better work harder now. That you better get to work on time. You got to be easier on your phone. I'm not going to buy you a new phone now that I'm the owner of this company. And she just brought it down. She was like, everybody get to work. You remember that, Jake?
Clearly.
That was amazing. Well, we're going to have a lot of fun together, and we're going to accomplish a lot of great things as well, for sure. Well, Guys, thank y'all. And Rob, we're going to be announcing this one tomorrow. It's going to be a lot of fun to get this announcement out, and can't wait to go fishing with you. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'll put it together. Thanks to everybody. Thanks for being on the call with me, guys.
You're welcome.
Congrats,
Great job,
guys.
Rob.
Again, guys, this has been such a fun, Inspire podcast. This has been just such a treat to be with such good friends, talking about how do we serve even more people. So I can't wait to make this announcement. I can't wait to see where we go from here. We're building something special at Integrity, and I truly believe we're just getting started. So let's get to work and have a great week. God bless you all.